Amen. Let's say a friend of mine was telling me recently about a disagreement they had with someone. It was one of those silly, escalating arguments that ends with doors being slammed and a week of stony silence. They knew they needed to apologize. So they sat down at their computer to write an email. They wrote, "Dear X, I'm sorry." They deleted it. Too simple. They tried again. "I wish to express my profound regret." Deleted. Too formal. They spent the better part of an hour typing and deleting, trying to find the precise combination of words that would convey sorrow without sounding weak, responsibility without assigning blame, a desire for reconciliation without seemingly demanding. They were, in their own way, wrestling with one of Judaism's most ancient and sophisticated technologies. We are in the midst of the Aseret Yemei Teshuvah, the 10 days of return. And if we are careful, we can imagine that the task required of us is some grand, amorphous feeling, a vague sense of guilt perhaps, a solemn mood. Not easy. Have I ever shared with you how amazing the earlier sages were when they assigned Torah portions and Haftarot to each Shabbat and festival? I think I never did. It is as if they knew exactly what challenges we have to face these days. Most likely they did, didn't they? It seems that they indeed had an idea what we need this Shabbat when they selected some verses from Hosea for our prophet reading today. Because the Haftarah for this Shabbat, Shuvah, the Shabbat of returns, gives us a good idea where to start this Teshuvah. Hosea, calling the people back to God, does not say, "Bring your guilt with you." He does not say, "Bring your sacrifices." He says, "Kechu imachem devarim." Take words with you. Take words with you? What a revolutionary idea. The primary tool for spiritual repair, the essential technology for realigning our lives, is language. Hosea tells us that the offerings God truly desires are not bulls from our fields, but parim sfatenu, the offerings of our lips. Our words are our offerings. They are the instrument we use to build a bridge back to our best selves, back to each other, and back to God. This places a remarkable faith in our ability to articulate our own transformation. But it also presents a challenge, just like the one my friend faced with their email. What are the right words? Because when we stand on the threshold of Yom Kippur, feeling the weight of the year that has passed, we can feel utterly speechless. I don't know how you feel, but for me, our tradition with its deep wisdom does not leave us empty-handed. It provides us with a lexicon for our soul. The liturgy of these days of awe is a rich toolbox of carefully crafted words. The ancient poetry of Avinu Malkeinu, for example, gives us the language of vulnerability, allowing us to speak of God as both a parent and a sovereign. And the quiet litany of Al-Ched, the communal confession, offers us a script. It prevents our self-reflection from spiraling into either self-pity or self-making us bigger. Sometimes it looks better in the dictionary than when I need to say it. It says, here are the ways we as human beings in community tend to miss the mark. See yourself in these words. Use them. They are strong enough to carry the weight of your truth. This focus on the power of words is not actually confined to our Haftarah only. We find it also in our Torah portion, Vayeilech. Moses, now 120 years old, stands at the end of his own life's journey. He cannot cross into the new land. What is the final crucial technology he passes on to his people to ensure their future? It is a book, a Torah, a scroll filled with words. And he commands a most extraordinary ritual to ensure these words stay alive. He commands Hakhel, a great assembly. Every 7 years, he instructs, gather the people, men, women, children, and the strangers in your communities, that they may hear and so learn. The survival of the community depends not on military might or economic strength, but on its ability to come together to listen to its foundational story, to hear the words. Hosea tells us to speak words to God, and Moses tells us to hear words in community. Teshuvah, then, is a dialogue. It is the dynamic interplay between the words we offer up and the words we take in. It is not a silent, solitary meditation. It is not a noisy it is a noisy communal linguistic project. We are shaped by the words we say and the words we hear. That is why we are here today, here in the synagogue or online on YouTube. This is our Hakhel. We come together not because we are perfect, but because we are trying. We come to hear the ancient words of Torah and find our own lives reflected in them. We come to say the ancient words of the liturgy and find they can articulate our deepest, most private feelings. To take words with you is to believe that what we say matters. An apology matters. A prayer matters. The story we tell ourselves about who we are and what we are capable of becoming matters profoundly. And this, I believe, is how we can look towards Yom Kippur, not with a sense of dread, but with a sense of hopeful purpose. The day is not a trial, it is a destination. It is the moment when we finally bring our carefully chosen words, the words we have been gathering all week, and offer them up. It is the culmination of work, like my friend finally find the right words and clicking send. There is a release, a hope for a new beginning, a hope for all of us. The goal is not to arrive on Yom Kippur having magically fixed everything that is broken. The goal is to arrive with honest words, words of regret, words of hope, words of resolve, words borrowed from our prophets and our prayer book, and words spoken from the quiet center of our own hearts. In the coming days, may we all be blessed with the courage to find our own words. May we find them in the quiet of our own thoughts, in the melody of our prayers, and in the faces of this community that gathers to listen with us. And may we find that in offering them up, we are not diminished, but made whole. Shabbat Shalom and Gemar Chatima Tova.
Shabbat Shalom.